I feel like it's legitimately not possible to look paler than I do right now. And I want to let you know that I have 3 different types of bronzer on. So let that sink in. Hey, what's up? Hello, Katie Colson here. Welcome back to my channel. And today we're going to be doing what I presume to be a little fast, fun, and fresh reading vlog because I have not been in the reading mood basically the entirety of 2023, and I have just now gotten kind of back into the upswing of it and really loving reading again. So I picked up The Writing Retreat by Julia Bartz, which is a book that a lot of my friends were really enjoying and giving caveats saying like, listen, you might love it, but it's unhinged. It's just a fun, fast, goofy, crazy time. Just go into it, having fun, not saying the book is amazing. And I was like, okay. I tend to either lean toward like overly critical or not critical at all and just vibes. Like there's not really a middle ground. Like I'm black and white. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to pick this up and I've heard really good things about it. I want to say I love this cover, but I also hate it. Like there's things I love about it and things I hate. But this is a thriller. I've heard it's very unhinged. And basically the synopsis is that we are following 5 different struggling female authors who are given the opportunity of a lifetime to spend a month at the mansion of their icon, Rosa Vallow, who is like the feminist horror novelist of their generation. And they're told that during that month, they have to begin and end their own novel. And whoever's is deemed the best will get a 7-figure publishing deal. So basically it's like NaNoWriMo, but deadly, because the second they get there, cracks in this facade start showing up like swiftly, and the circumstances get really dire very quickly, very drastically. And we follow them basically trying to escape with not only their stories, but also their lives. And this vlog, let's just get into it because this book is an absolute ride. Oh my gosh. Hi. I am going to start reading The Writing Retreat by Julia Bartz. I have been planning on reading this ever since it came out. I have heard from like Ashley from Ashley's Little Library and Gabby from Gabby Reads, like Kayla and like a couple other people that this was like such a wonky fun time. Just not realizing I am skewed. Am I straight now?
Never was and never will be.
I have just heard such amazing things about this, and then even Mara was talking about this, where it's like, you'll love it if you want like a funky, crazy, wild ride, but if you don't, you won't like it. Like in terms of the believability is like completely far-fetched and just ridiculous, and it's just twist, like absolutely insane. I kind of want that. Oh my God. What? Oh, it's a bookmark. I thought that my book was messed up. No, it's a bookmark. I want to read this because we're not going to get into it, but I finished this yesterday and all I can do is watch people's reviews on YouTube, praying that eventually one of them is going to say they didn't like it. I have a video about this. You can go watch it. I'm not trying to become enemy number 1 on the internet. So I need something to wash it out of my mouth. So I'm actually going to listen to the audiobook for this because that book kind of broke my brain in terms of, are books even worth it? Like, are there good books in the world? Anyway, I'm going to listen to this while I need to make my bed. I need to put away my laundry. I want to tie-dye some shirts. I know I've been like obsessed with tie-dyeing recently, but this is what I did that I want to recreate, but better. This was a white shirt and I did this wine, like dark red dye, and I tried to do like handprints and blood splatters. And while it did turn out cute, I think that this is the darkest it will be and it will fade again, which is not great. But I want it to remain like really red. So I'm gonna have to Google and see if there's a way to kind of make the dye like really stick on there, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna do that right now and we will get to reading and being productive. Y'all, I got to chapter 9. I'm actually like halfway through chapter 9. I'm on page like 64 or something. I am eating this up. I'm reading it so quickly. Like, there's a couple things that I really like about this so far. And honestly, part of me kind of wants to start annotating, but I feel like it's not going to be a book that I'm going to give 5 stars. But it's feeling like it could possibly be a 4-star. And like, that's pretty damn good for a mystery thriller. Like, that's like amazing. So, everything that I said before is true. But the relationship so far, we don't really understand, but the relationship between the main character and Rin, her ex-best friend, I love it. Like, obviously, it's hostile. It's like, we don't know what happened. They were best friends for so long. They're best friends for 8 years. And then something happened at Rin's birthday party in which there was some sort of blood. Like, the main character, why can I remember Rin and not the main character's name? Alex. Jesus. Alex says like, oh, you know, we were partying and like she fell and her wine glass like cut her or something. And they're like, oh, she blames you on that? She blames you for that? And she's like, I don't know. We know that's not what happened. We know that's not what happened. But the way that Alex talks about Rin, I'm like, girl, I have been there / am there. Like the way that she talks about it and the other characters being like, friendship breakups are worse than romantic breakups. I'm like, oh my God, I love that. I love that. And the way that she still thinks about her, like Alex still thinks about her and feels like we can sense this kind of like guilt over or like shame over whatever happened between them. And that she still wants to be her friend so badly. But like Alex did something. I don't know what she did, but I know that she's guilty of something. Whether that's something criminal, whether that's, I don't know, but she's guilty of something. And there's a moment in the very beginning, again, I'm only like 60 pages in, where she sees Rin, like, and this is in the past, recent past, but she sees her somewhere, like at a party, and the like regret or like sadness in Rin's eyes makes Alex be like, oh my God, like she feels the same way. Like she misses me. She wants to be friends with me. And then Rin just turns and walks away. And I was like, oh my God, that was so sad. I love that. And then also the fact that whenever she goes to this writing retreat and she's meeting the different women and they're all very different, there's this moment where a character introduces themselves and says, oh, she, her, like, oh, Taylor, she, her. And Alex is like, oh, Alex, she, her. But there's a character named Poppy who's like, oh, my preferred pronouns are, how do you say it? She, her. And the other character's like, it's not preferred. It just, pronouns just are. And when Poppy says that she's from Atlanta, I just thought it was so interesting that Alex looks over at her and is like, she's from Atlanta, like a big metropolis city. Why was she so flustered with this pronoun conversation? And I thought that was very suspicious. 1, very suspicious. 2, at one point, Poppy says that she grew up in Ireland or that she's Irish. And in another conversation, she says that she's Scottish. And I was like, the facts are not facting. Okay, I have a lot of suspicions. And then also, like, the main character is very realistic and relatable, in my opinion. I mean, maybe I just relate to her, but there's literally a part where there's only 4 or 5, maximum 6. I think it's 5 girls that are in this like writing retreat. And she looks around and Kira is the only person of color, or at least the only Black woman there. And she's like, that's weird. And then she goes, actually, no, it's not. And that's worse. And is thinking like that. The reason I say she's so realistic is that she thinks that and then thinks, well, it's only been in the last 3 years that I've ever realized how predominantly white all of the spaces I've ever grown up in or been around actually are. So I'm not somebody that can talk. And I was like, I love that. I love the way that Julia Bart said that, which is like, she recognizes that it's wrong, but realizes that she's not the person that can say anything and that she is ignorant and has only recently even started emerging from ignorance. So I liked that. Anyway, I am this far in. I was going to start tie-dyeing. Should I? I was going to start tie-dyeing, but it's like after 11 p.m. and I do have a doctor's appointment tomorrow. So I don't know. I might just play some games on my phone. I'm going to keep reading this, but I'm not going to hit you back up until tomorrow. So as of right now, this is an insanely fast read, and I am very much enjoying it. And I'm not listening to it quickly. I'm listening to it at like 1.75, which I could listen to it faster, but I just really want, again, to wash the taste out of my mouth. If you loved it, love that for you. But I just want a book that I'm going to like. So I'm going to keep reading this, and I'll hit you back up tomorrow. Okay. Good night. Okay. Hello. It is the next day, and it is 4 p.m. I woke up at 8 a.m. because I had, listen, I had that septoplasty, the deviated septum surgery, and I had my post-op today, and I went in and, oh my God, I don't know if I included that footage in the vlog because it was disgusting, but like they took, I have goosebumps like thinking about it, but like the stuff that they extricated out of my nose, there was a glove. I'm not kidding you. There was a glove in my nose. I'm serious. Look me in the eyes. I'm not laughing. I'm serious. Isn't that insane? It's insane. Anyway, so that hurt really bad, and I took an oxycodone. Well, I had Tylenol and it wasn't working, so I waited a couple hours and took an oxycodone. Is that how you say that? And I came home and I was lying in my bed for a couple hours, and then I just ordered some Greek food. I ordered a pita, or a gyro. Jesus, pita's involved, but I ordered a gyro and some Greek fries. So that'll be here at some point. I don't know. I just ordered it, so it'll take a minute. But I will tell you that I am on chapter 22. Or no. I'm on chapter 23. Let me fix that. I'm on chapter 23 of the writing retreat, and I am digging it. Like this, listen, okay, is it going to be 5 stars? I mean, probably not. Like, I'm having a great time. It's very fast. It's very fast. And it's such a fast read because it's not like difficult to follow while also being difficult to follow in terms of you have no idea what's going on. Like, I have no idea what's happening, but this is some gay shit. This is gay. Okay? And we've just had somebody disappear. So at this writing retreat, Rosa, the author, from the very beginning, I was like, I don't think I like her. And it's just steadily become more and more like, what's this lady's problem? Like, you know, that kind of like rich eccentricity of people that's like, they don't understand like real people, you know, like they don't understand like what it's like not to be famous. That's kind of what she's giving. And I like our main character. I like Rin, the friend. I'm very curious at this point I'm very curious to see what it is that broke up their friendship, while at the same time, it doesn't seem like it's going to be like that. I mean, maybe it will be that crazy, but as of right now, like the way that the main character keeps like kind of talking about like, well, ever since her birthday, well, ever since, you know, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, whatever it is, I feel really bad for her, but I'm kind of not understanding how it's going to be like a huge plot reveal. I don't know. But I don't trust any of these hoes. I like all of them except Rosa, but I don't trust any of them. Like, okay, let me just say, there's at one point that Taylor, she's a middle school teacher. There's at one point where Taylor accidentally consumes a type of drug. No spoiler, but like, okay, slight spoilers, but like accidentally consumes a type of drug. And she isn't upset about it. And I'm like, wouldn't you get fired if they found that out? Like, am I wrong? Or do teachers do drug testing? Maybe they don't. I might be being petty right now. Maybe that's not a thing. Anyway, I'm going to keep listening to this while I make a thumbnail. Well, I remake a thumbnail because I'm going to remake my diabetes vlog thumbnail because I want to put on there diabetics are the original vampires were diabetics. Like, if you know, you know. So I'm going to do that. And then I also need to make some Goodreads reviews. I feel like I've been talking for a long time. Anyway, okay. My head still hurts, but the doctor said that I'm talking completely differently now. That like my voice is completely different. Is that true? Is that true? Is that crazy? Okay. Anyway, so I'll hit you back up when I have more to say. All right. Bye for now. I am trying to wash my face, okay? And Julia Bartz is coming for my freaking throat. I swear to God. This shit is getting crazy. It's crazy. You know how I was like, oh my God, yeah, it's like so fast paced. Bitch. At like 55% of the way into it, I'm gooped. I'm gagged. What's happening right now? Like, what is going on? Like, I'm like loving it. I'm loving it. I swear to God, it's like every minute there is some crazy thing that's happening. And I'm here for it. You know, I've heard that it gets like too crazy, but like, is that possible? I don't know. But it was so funny because I was washing my face, and what I'm doing instead of annotating in the book is I am annotating the audiobook. So every time there's something that I like would have annotated or tabbed, I am putting a bookmark on the audiobook and then writing like either the quote or part of the quote so I can more easily find it in the book. Or like WTF, like what's happening, you know? But this, whenever I was washing my face, I swear to God, there was 2 different times where I had to, like, while I had soap on my face, bookmark something, and I'm getting soap in my eyes. I was like, it's important. Jesus. Woo! I'm 65% of the way in, and I'm having a great time. I am beyond surprised that I have been able to pop in at any point in this freaking book for this vlog, because what the is going on? What is happening? Oh my God. When this person is like, oh, you thought that so-and-so was going to get help? And like shows the photo. What do you mean? No, okay, here's the thing. I'm out of breath because one, I'm shooketh, but also because I've been speed walking on this walking pad because I had that euro and now my blood sugar wants to act accordingly. But I'm on for the ride. Okay, I have no idea what's gonna happen. I don't know if anything that has happened is real or what, because it's freaking crazy. Like, anybody could still be alive, anybody could be dead, anybody could be in on it. Like, there's just so many things that could happen that I would be like, okay, that tracks, because nothing tracks because it's all freaking crazy. But the one thing that I swear to God, don't fuck with this relationship. Don't fuck with this relationship. This is keeping me so invested, is this relationship between these two characters. Like, Julia Bartz, don't fuck it up. Okay. I don't think I'll be able to hit you back before it's over because I'm at like 86% or something like that, and I am freaking out. Okay. I might be hitting you back at the end. Hi, I'm here to wrap up this video and to give a review because I honestly do not remember if I talked to you when I finish this. Or if I was just like, next time I talk to you, I'll have finished the book. And then we're rolling right back into me with makeup on. I love this. I love this. So I just spent the last 45 minutes putting my tabs in. So I'll tell you what they are. They're so cute, little color coordinated moment. So gray is for the tumultuous, complicated, intense relationship between Alex and Rin, the main character, and her, for no other words, best friend. And then green is for unhinged and, oh, like, what did you just say? What just happened? Oh my God, plot twists and like, oh, amazing. And then this like greenish white color is for other. So I'm going to give this 4.5 stars. I want to give it 5 stars because I so enjoyed it and I really think people should pick this up because it's so good and interesting. But I'm going to give it 4.5 because there was like one, I don't think it's something that I'm going to like, you know, be obsessed with talking about. But then again, I am going to keep thinking about this. It's either going to be 4.5 or 5 stars. The only thing that I did not really care for is the work in progress part of this, where we're getting excerpts from the Great Commission, which I believe, whose story was it supposed to be? Was it supposed to, it's Alex's story, because it's Daphne. And it was like, she created Daphne to help her deal with the mental stress. I didn't understand those excerpts. So I kind of found them a little bit boring. Well, I found them very boring. And I just like was trying to like skip them, even though they're only like a page long at a time. I don't want to diss the book for that because I think that there probably was a much deeper meaning and reason behind these excerpts and what was being said in them. I just didn't get it. And then because I didn't get it immediately, I just stopped paying attention to it. So there is that. But I think that this, oh wait, oh my God, I forgot to say, this is a 3.45 on Goodreads. For what? For what? Like, this is a good book. This is freaking wild. Like, if you like unhinged women, if you like good for her, if you like I support women's rights and women's wrongs, if you support messy, messed up female characters, you're gonna like this. Also, if you just like some gay, if you like some unhinged gay, this book, this is literally like a not a psychic, psychologic? What am I talking about? Psycho. That's the word I'm looking for. This is like a kind of psychotic, like coming of age Silence of the Lambs. Like if you've read the book, maybe that makes sense. But not coming of age. Sorry. This character is 30 years old, but it's a coming to terms with like an understanding her own sexuality, which I thought was really cool in this book. And I really like when those kind of things are added into like a thriller or horror element, which I really loved. And I adore the relationship between Rin and Alex. It's messy, it's messed up, it's toxic at times. There's just deep platonic connection between them. Like they are soulmates, but then there's also this like sexual attraction that neither of them like really wants to pin down and understand. But then there's also like a hatred that is sown throughout the history of them because, well, they've also been best friends for 8 years, but there's this hatred sown through because there's shame and fear and they kind of pin it on each other because that's the person that's making them feel this way and they don't want to have self-hatred. So they kind of have this hatred toward the other person. It's very interesting. And a lot of characters in this book call them frenemies. That's not a good enough term. Best friends is the only thing I can, like ex-best friend, I guess is the only thing I can say. But there is a point in this book where it is brought up by the other women that friendship breakups are worse than romantic breakups and that friendships mean so much more than people are willing to admit, especially like in society and from a male perspective, which I really enjoyed. And the ending of this book, I loved it. I loved it. And when I tell you, like, if you read this book, there's like the ending of Silence of the Lambs is the ending of this book. And if you know, you know, but I loved that. Like, I loved that. And like, even the very end, which this is all non-spoiler, but the very end where Alex is like, I mean, maybe, you know, like I really loved it. So I would highly recommend this. I think it's such a fun time. I read it so quickly, Lizzie. This is like, definitely you could read this in a day for sure. I read it in 2, but read this for like a readathon or, a challenge because it's so fast paced and it would definitely be really good for Winterween. Actually would be perfect because it's like a snowed in setting. So anyway, let's see. If you've gotten this far into the video, then leave the pin emoji. Like, actually, I think it's a quill. The quill, the pen, the whatever. The thing, okay? The writing utensil of your choice. Leave that in the comments down below to let me know that you got all the way into this video and that you stuck it out with me. Thank you so much for anybody that continues to do so. If you want to get any of the merch that I've kind of had floating around for a week, it is going to be linked down below. No pressure. You do not need to do that. But if you want to, the option is there. Also, if you felt like joining my Patreon, we do have an amazing time over there. I'm currently on Patreon Sprints right now with Gabby. So if you want to join that chaotic coven, you could always do so. If you want to follow me on Goodreads Instagram, they're also linked down below. Let me wrap this up. I am self-talking, self-congratulating, self-aggrandizing myself way too much. We need to wrap it up, Katie, okay? Exit stage left. So I hope all of you are having an amazing day, evening, night, dusk, dawn, whatever it is you're having in whatever part of the world you are currently having it in. And I will see you in a video coming very soon. Bye.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all.